Nigeria continues to remain focused. We have very strong bilateral ties across the world. You saw Mr. President in Brazil. You saw the Vice President of Colombia visiting our Vice President. And so in terms of relationships, we're doing well. We're making friends. And these are concrete relationships that are producing tangible outcomes that feed into the prosperity required for Nigerian people. We're also very active in ECOWAS. You saw Mr. President host the first West African Economic Summit. I'm just coming from the ECOWAS Pavilion, where I co-chaired a session with the Assistant General of the UNDP, and just talking to traders. We've fixed them up, we've paired them from ECOWAS with Southern and Eastern African countries. So it's a pair-to-pair. They're working on textiles, they're working on cosmetics, they're working on leather, they're working on coffee. And so the trading is actually happening. You know that we went into an air cargo corridor with Uganda Air, and so our businesses, after mapping out a trade intelligence of 13 Eastern and Southern African countries, they have a flat rate to push out that cargo. We continue to work on market access, we continue to work on standards, and these are the practicalization of AfCFTA. Here we brought a QR code to mop up trade data. Yes, every stand has a QR code, and so we want to know who's buying Nigerian goods, who across the country and across the world wants the goods that Nigerian business, because they always sell out. And so we want that trade intelligence, and we also want to know what they are interested in. And that's how trade happens, with tangible, credible data. Yeah. We also came with a 5-year AfCFTA implementation report, telling people how Nigeria has been doing, where there have been challenges, where there have been successes. And so the roadmap that we've mapped out for ourselves to continue to implement AfCFTA in actuality, that's trading, is happening. You have the Comptroller General of Customs in Nigeria. He's here. He's hosting all Comptroller Generals in Abuja from the 17th to 19th of November to talk about trade facilitation and how they're going to practically make it happen for these businesses. And the last thing I would say is that, as you know, Nigeria is digital trade co-champion, so we lead in services, we lead in tech-led businesses, we lead in e-commerce, and we lead across various sectors. Of course, fintech is our leading, we lead with fintech, but edutech, health tech, agrotech, so many areas. Nigerian businesses are doing phenomenally well with technology. So with that as an enabler, with the public digital infrastructure, you see with our single window, with our immigration reforms, we're using technology both in government and through the private sector to leapfrog, not just for Nigeria, but as champions for AfCFTA for the continent as a whole.